Hello, my dear children. I am Sananda, also known as Yeshua ben Joseph, or as most of you know me as Jesus Christ. And as our dear Aniela Michaela has already told you about, that some parts of the Arantxa book contains some errors, just as most books on your planet, is unfortunately true, my dear children. So I am here today, to correct some errors in the Arantxa book, who I am, and a few other things I want you dear children to know. I am one of the 700,000 Immanuels. I have always been and always will be, an Immanuel. My full name is, after all, Sananda Immanuels Sukumara. My dear children, I am far older than any of you may have suspected. In point of fact, I was one of the very first aspects of our Immanuel to descend into these lower worlds so very, very many aeons ago. They even call me an ascending son in the Arantxa book, largely because they had in a manner forgotten that I originally descended so very, very long ago that they did not even remember me. That was before the first war even began in heaven, so it does not surprise me, but it is not a big deal. Much about me that has been told is true, but there is a great deal more to the story than any of you have yet been told, and that part of my life's experiences goes back a long, long way before my sojourn on the Lyran system. I have been reincarnated to your planet many times before. I was not only at your planet 2,000 years ago, when I was known as Yeshua ben Joseph, or as most of you children know me as Jesus Christ, but in truth it is supposed to be Christ Jesus and not the other way around. I am also known as Moses, King Akhenaten, Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, Lord Vishnu, Zeus god of thunder, Odin, the Norse god of gods, and Viracocha from ancient Aztec times, to name a few. At the Aztec times, I was the oldest son to Quetzal, or Quetzalcoatl, also known as Kukulkan, as he is also known by our Quetzal, the Messiah of the Native Americas, his oldest son. Back then, I was a Pleiadian, but that, my children, is another story. Like so many times before, I am yet again reincarnated at planet Earth. In this life, yet again I have become trinitized, which is the way it works, my children. I am myself, Sananda, but here within me also are Immanuel of Savington and Immanuel, the Eternal Son. Thus it is that I have become the cosmic Christ, and as such, we all are experiencing all the memories of 2,000 years ago. We cannot help but do that, because they are built into our very cells of our physical form, you see. And being in full consciousness as I am now, we all know full well just how horrendous it really was on that cross back then. Make no mistake, we all do. That has been a very traumatic thing for Immanuel of Savington to feel, because he was up there with Gabriel at the fleet when it was going on 2,000 years ago. So now experiencing it firsthand has been very hard for him. Dear children, the fact is that we still feel it all like it was just yesterday. This physical form has all the scars caused during it all, and at times they hurt just like back then, like they are fresh open wounds, but we are slowly getting used to all this and growing from the experience. Another thing that I all want you to know is that just like man, which also is an Immanuel, I too am a star elf in my true physical form. Today, as I mentioned before, I have reincarnated into a human body once again, and therefore I also have a new name here on planet Earth. My warmest blessings and love to all of you. I am Sananda Immanuels Sukumara.